Hello, everybody. This is David Evans, President of PIC TV Network. A special show that we want the whole world to watch today on Hello America PIC TV Network. A special presentation by a young man that's going to give you information and education. Hopefully, everybody who's watching today will learn something new. And we're so happy to have Lanier Twyman Jr. is with us today. He's a special young man from the DMV who's doing special things. How you doing today, Lanier?
I'm doing great, doctor. Thank you for having me.
We're so happy for you, man. And the topic and program we're going to talk about today is an amazing topic. And we want everybody who's watching right now, you can check out the PIC TV network out. We are a streaming network on Roku. If you want to get in touch with us, we'll put the information up because I'm pretty sure that everybody who's watching right now want to get involved what we have to offer on the PIC TV network. So we want you to give us a call on our PIC TV network business line 202-505-2837. And those who are watching right now, you can also chat in on the PIC TV network Facebook Live and YouTube to get some more information about our network. And also, you can also get the information on our QR code right there. We'll put that up. There it is. PIC TV network. We here for you. Then let's get into this topic today, man. It's so big that everybody's talking about and people want to hear about today. So let's talk about the hottest topic on the planet that a lot of people don't know about today, and that is Mmtlp. So let's talk about it.
Awesome. I'm glad you brought this up. So yes, so MMTLP is or was a ticker symbol that was fraudulently made tradable on the OTC, that is the over-the-counter market. It was a ticker symbol that was supposed to be a placeholder of metamaterials. It was a Series A preferred share placeholder, but it was fraudulently made by two previously unknown market makers. And it's turned into really a firestorm of confusion, corruption, and again, likely securities fraud.
Amazing. When I hear you talking about this topic today, MMTLP, a lot of people don't know, and we are all learning today. And I want to thank you for your time. So let's talk about what is naked short selling.
Okay, awesome. I'm glad you asked because this is actually heavily intertwined with MMTLP. So now, what is naked short selling? I'll give you a quick example. And I'll try and make it as simple as I can. So let's say, for example, you want to buy this bottle of water. But let's say, for example, I don't have this bottle of water in my possession. Let's just say it's lost, or let's just say I don't have it with me. So tell you what, you pay me $2 for this bottle of water, but instead of me giving you this bottle of water, let's say I give you this instead. I give you an IOU. You take this IOU in place of this bottle of water. Okay. Let's say on the flip side. On the same side, you want to buy another bottle of water. Again, I don't have this, so I give you another stock IOU. Boom. You buy another one. I give you another IOU. And then another one. So now, essentially what you have bought is several IOUs, okay? You bought all these IOUs, but you don't have the water. Now, let's say, for example, it's time, there's a time period in which I'm supposed to deliver you this bottle of water. Let's say, for example, the time has come. So now let's say I don't have any bottles of water. Let's say I don't have this at all. It's not in my possession. All you have done is bought a bunch of stock IOUs. That's it, okay? So now this bottle of water becomes extraordinarily valuable. Okay, it's very, 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 very valuable. And as a result, again, I don't have any bottles of water. I just sold you a bunch of stock IOUs. That is called a strategic failure to deliver, also known as naked short selling. Now, in the stock market, short selling is when you borrow a stock and then you buy it back at a lower price later in an attempt to make a profit. That is legal, but naked short selling is illegal, and that is exactly what is in the example I just described. You have a bunch of IOUs, but you don't have the real thing. That is fraud.
Oh, powerful information, man. I'm just such. The information you're giving us is amazing. We're in the world today, which is the world of technology, and the information age. But then there's the misinformation that a lot of people miss in this new day and time that we're living in. And from Washington D.C., we see a lot of that, a lot of that. And I'm so happy that you are educating us today on PIC TV Network. Hello, America, and those who are watching right now. We want you to text in. You can give us some information. Call in. You can also scan the QR code on the PIC TV Network, so you can get involved with what we're talking about today. Is big. It's huge in the world today that we're living in. When you scan that QR code, you get some more information about the PIC TV Network. I want to ask you, Lanier, let's go on to our third question for the day. And you're doing a wonderful job. I want to congratulate you on doing a wonderful job today. What is a short squeeze? What is a short squeeze?
Awesome. I'd be happy to explain that for you. Would you be able to put up the definition on the screen just so that people can see it as well?
Sure. So let's get the definition so people can understand. This is amazing information today, folks. It's one of our shows that we want to educate folks.
That's not the right one, but it's fine. I can explain it in its entirety. So now, a short squeeze is remember that example I just gave just now. You can take this down for now. So a short squeeze is when, let's say, I actually don't have these bottles of water to deliver. Again, this bottle of water is like skyrockets in price. So now it is time for me to deliver this bottle of water to you. But in order for me to get it, I have to pay an exorbitant fee to get it. And that is called volatility. I don't have these to give to you. So, the price is very, 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 very high. So, whatever the price is, that is the price I have to pay in order to get this bottle of water. And again, I sold you not one, not two, not three, but I sold you 4 of these stock IOUs. So I have to buy this 4 times. So through that process, the price of this can go up consistently each time I buy. So now, the first time I buy it, let's say for example, it's at $3. Second time I buy it, it goes up $10. Third time I buy it, it goes up again $20. Fourth time I buy it, it goes up again. Let's say for example, it's $100. That is a squeeze. I am being squeezed financially from these strategic failures to delivers, also known as FTDs. And as a result, the price for this bottle of water just goes up and up and up and up, all the way up towards infinity. And we have seen this before. This is not a new information. This is not something that we haven't seen. We saw it with GameStop. We saw it with Overstock. We saw it with Volkswagen. And it's created turmoil in the markets, and vast turmoil and bankruptcy for short sellers.
information.
Audio.
Yeah, amazing information that we have, and we was trying to get in the studio to put up that short squeeze video, man, because that's amazing. That what you're talking about today is information that the world needs to know, and I'm so happy that. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that short squeeze? Just talk a little bit more on that.
Yes, yes. So now we are seeing this with MMTLP. We have what was originally TRCH shares. Those TRCH shares became MMTLP, and what we have is exactly what in that situation I've just described. You have failures to deliver. You know, many people out there have bought this MMTLP, and before that, you know, people had bought TRCH shares. So now, again, you have a situation where a short squeeze is massively possible. And what happened on December the 9th, 2022, was actually a damage control prevention for this short squeeze. So now many people don't know this, but the Financial Regulatory, also known as FINRA, halted stock trading of MMTLP. Many of us suspect that they knew that this short squeeze was possible. Many of us suspected that they knew that this short squeeze was going to cause a vast amount of damage. Many of us, and as well as short sellers, knew that this short squeeze was going to be probably the largest transfer of wealth in American history. So, you know, it's very interesting to see what is going to happen in the coming days. The U3 halt FINRA put on MMTLP was you know, again, many people suspected corruption and fraud, and rightfully so. That is an opinion that I'm going to stand by as well myself. You know, a short squeeze can be very, very, very catastrophic for the market, but it can be very, very, very beneficial for people like us, the retail holders. And for those of you who don't know what our retail investors are, they're just people like us, you and me, who want to put our money in the market. And a short squeeze is really, in my own definition, I like to say, the only get-rich-quick scheme in the world that actually works.
Wow. Man, folks, you're watching a special presentation. Hello, America, on the Pick TV network. This is huge. Lanier Twyman Jr. is giving us information that is going to help us, inspire us, motivate us, encourage us. We're going to take a commercial break, and we're going to come right back. Don't touch that dial. You're learning something today that's going to help you in the future to be better. We'll be right back after this.
candlelight, oh, my body starts to shiver. Worries will them on high, oh, I've never felt like this before. Got to let it go.
When you move abroad, there are some things you can't take with you. But there are some things you just can't leave behind. For international health insurance, choose Allianz Worldwide Care.
Everybody, we right back on the PIC TV network. Thank you for coming back on. Today, our special topic is amazing. Folks are watching our special PIC TV network presentation on Hello America. My name is David Evans from Washington, D.C., and we have Lanier Twyman Jr. on today, giving us education like we have never heard it before. And Lanier, let's go right back into this special interview today and just give us some information on what is FINRA.
Okay. So earlier I described FINRA as being the Financial Regulatory Authority. So now FINRA is actually supposed to protect investors. They are a private American corporation that is, you could say, quasi-governmental, but they're not full government, they're private. They basically just regulate the exchange markets, and they I guess you could say they police certain securities in conjunction with the SEC, the Securities Exchange Commission. But the SEC is here, FINRA is here. But now getting back into it, a couple weeks ago, the hashtag FINRA fraud started trending on Twitter, and rightfully so. Because, again, we had a halt on this MMTLP stock. Now, MMTLP actually was supposed to spin out and turn into a private company called NextBridge Hydrocarbons. And in a private company, you know, you cannot hold a short position, okay? So many of us were expecting that short squeeze to occur in those final two trading days, December the 9th and December the 12th. But FINRA initiated this halt, this U3 halt that has not been used hardly ever, and you get this. They released this statement the day of. Now I'm gonna go ahead and read it aloud just in case anyone has trouble seeing the text. So, effective Friday, December the 9th, 2022, the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, also known as FINRA, halted trading and quoting in the Series A preferred shares of Metamaterials Inc., OTC symbol MMTLP. Pursuant to Rule 6440A3, FINRA has determined that an extraordinary event has occurred or is ongoing that has caused or has the potential to cause significant uncertainty in the settlement and clearance process for the shares of MMTLP, and that, therefore, halting trading and quoting MMTLP is necessary to protect investors and the public interest. Now, many of us are, of course, debating and arguing, but it's really not up for debate. We knew who they were protecting, and it wasn't us. And, you know, the problem that we want to bring to light is that, you know, we have an issue in our markets. We have a large level of corruption. We have what you can consider capitalism for the poor, that is us, and socialism for the rich. What we saw was not only an act of socialism, but a serious and very, very, very catastrophic and blatant issue of fraud and corruption. And the thing that really got under our skins the most is that many of us right now, to this day, January 5th, 2023, many of us are just sitting in limbo, waiting. Where are our next bridge shares? Where are our last 2 trading days? We are owed securities. We are owed these MMTLP shares. We are owed our NextBridge shares. And for those of you who don't know what NextBridge Hydrocarbons is, it's a oil and gas company that these MMTLP shares represent. Now, many of us have been stolen from. Many of us have been defrauded. Many of us have been made a fool out of because of this FINRA halt. And since this halt, there have been pending lawsuits. There have been suicides. Yes, you've heard that correct. People have actually committed suicide over this. You saw people's account balances go to zero, and you have seen many people ridded and exiled from their brokers just inquiring about this MMTLP fiasco. Now, it is unfortunate because there are many people out there like myself who, who had a lot of money wrapped up into this, and it really is sad that that people have died over this. So now you're looking at not only a short squeeze, which again, unlimited risk. You are looking at unlimited liability. People have allegedly died from this. You can't put a price tag on that. That's a life. So again, I strongly believe that this responsibility lies on FINRA. I strongly believe that this liability relies on the brokers. I strongly believe that this liability relies on the short sellers who, till this day, still have not closed out their short positions. They have not delivered the bottles of water that are wrapped up in these shares. And so, it really breaks my heart that, someone has died over this. And, it's really just sad that capitalism and the country that we live in takes lives to this day. And so, we're still waiting. We're still waiting for our day. I strongly believe retribution will come. And I would love for this to get more exposure because I strongly believe that the things that you see in the market now, FTX, all of that is overshadowing, this situation. And naked shorting not only affects this company, but it affects many other small cap companies as well. And it just hurts to see, naked short selling destroy what's supposed to be free and fair markets.
Wow. When I hear you talking, education is the process of learning, folks. We have to get people like Lanier Twyman Jr. speaking because he is the voice for people who have no voice. People who are like this. This is DC, Lanier. They don't have a voice. This is people in Skid Row, in Los Angeles. They don't have a voice, but they are affected too. People living in poverty, and I'm so happy you bring it to the surface and bring it to the world so people can understand that there is someone who cares. So when we see pictures like this, and I hear you talking, bro, man, it's amazing that you are our spokesperson, from a leadership position to help people. Those pictures are real. Those are real people. They're living in real conditions. What do you feel when you see those pictures, Lanier?
It really breaks my heart to see that people live in poverty. It really hurts to understand that, there are many people out there who probably are living like this now because of the whole MMTLP situation. Now, again, this situation is not isolated to MMTLP. naked short selling affects uh, startup companies, all across the nation. And so, you'll have many CEOs, you'll have many employees, you'll have many people who probably would be or will be living like that. Naked short selling is something that is not policed hard enough by FINRA or the SEC, in my opinion. Um, you know, uh, the next Microsoft or a pharmaceutical company that maybe potentially has a cure for cancer, gets naked shorted into the ground, into bankruptcy. And then, again, all of that stuff gets lost. So, you have these billionaires who are making money off of, you know, companies that get destroyed through this fraudulent process. And it's possible that maybe a company did come along that had the cure for diabetes or AIDS, or had the technology to cure degenerative brain injuries, but maybe they were naked shorted. Maybe that technology got lost, and in return you have just a bunch of millionaires, or billionaires rather, who took that money and are spending it on drugs, partying, Ferraris, expensive houses, and it's just sad that we have this issue in our financial markets, and it's something that will continue unless it is properly brought to light.
Yeah, thank you, Lynn. Man, you're putting it down today. This is a Pick TV Network special, folks. I want to ask, why was MMTLP halted?
So again, we saw from the corporate action notice from FINRA. They say it was halted to protect the public interest and the retail investors, but we know that's simply not true. It's just not true at all. MMTLP was halted to protect those short sellers who were facing bankruptcy. Those short sellers who had to deliver. They had to deliver what was paid for, and they just couldn't do it. They probably didn't have any of the shares. Many of us who were holding MMTLP, so some of us didn't want to go on to the next bridge hydrocarbons. Some of us were playing that short squeeze. Some of us were looking to do both, play a little bit of the short squeeze and go into next bridge hydrocarbons. But again, FINRA decided to halt that and take that away, and I believe it was because they wanted to protect their hedge fund buddies, their friends who have ties to FINRA. I've heard that some of the people that are actually in FINRA actually have a short interest in MMTLP, as well as many other companies that are candidates for a squeeze. So, again, people are going to debate why it was halted, day in, day out. I believe it will be debated until the end of time. But in my opinion, there should be no debate. I think we know why it was halted. There's so much circumstantial evidence out there for why MMTLP was halted. It makes sense. It makes sense. If you have a short position on MMTLP and you were expected to pay top dollar on the 9th and the 12th, it makes sense to want to halt the stock and let it go to zero. It makes sense to want to escape that unlimited liability. And so, that's why I say it was halted, and that's what I'm certain many other investors would say why it was halted. They were hiding from that imminent short squeeze.
Wow, folks, you're watching a special presentation on the Pick TV Network. Hello, America, America's favorite talk show with everyday people just like you and me coming on telling their stories. We're here today with Lanier Twyman Jr. He is an educated financial specialist, in my opinion. He's doing a wonderful job putting us down with MMLT and also the stocks. We're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to ask him the last question: what is stock lending? A lot of people don't really know what stock lending is. When we come back from our commercial break, this is going to be good. Get your pencil, get your pad, get your information, so you can write down this information. You're watching the PIC TV Network special presentation with LT, that is Lynette Twine, and my name is David Evans from Washington, D.C. We'll be right back after this. Don't touch that dial, because something good is on your television right now. We'll be right back after this.
It's a beautiful fall evening. The sun is setting. The dog finally stopped barking. Life is good. But inside, there's trouble brewing, and Emma has no idea. Although she feels fine, like her father, Emma is one of the 67 million adults in the U.S. with high blood pressure or hypertension. Just like her radiator that's on the fritz, Emma's heart is working overtime to get the job done. Let's have a look. The heart is the pump in our bodies, delivering blood to the entire system through a set of pipes, or blood vessels of all sizes. Smoking, high cholesterol, diabetes, obesity, physical inactivity, family history, and increased age all contribute to these blood vessels, or our pipes, becoming less elastic. The more blood our heart has to pump through stiff, narrowing arteries, the higher our blood pressure. When the force of the blood against our artery walls is too high, life-threatening health problems can result. Problems like kidney disease, heart disease, stroke, even heart attack. Can Emma get her pressure down before it's too late?
What's up? Hey, Spellman. Michael B. Jordan here. I want to surprise you guys with my favorite food trucks. Oh, I may have an extra surprise waiting for a few of you guys.
Go see the trailer of Creed 3.
We gotta come on, let's go have our lunch and let's go prepare for this.
Please show your love for Michael B.
I know how tough it is to be a young creative, so I'm gonna pull a couple names. I'm gonna give $3,000 to your education.
This pays off my student debt.
Oh, yeah, and everybody here is definitely getting tickets to the premiere, so I'll see you guys. This is the first ever trailer for Creed 3. You guys are the first people to see this in the world, period.
Creed 3
In theaters.
March 3rd, 2023. It's gonna be amazing.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Said the Entertainer. I want y'all to check out PIC TV Network. That's right, PIC TV Network. They got 60 free channels on Roku. This is dope. They also started the brand new Coaching World channel at $9.89. So, if you are a content provider, you are a young business with an opportunity to build a platform where you can have your own show, do some programming, check out PIC TV Network on Roku. They got over 60 free channels for you to check out and also grow a business. Go and see them now. See the content. See what they have to do. Learn something. Check them out. All right? PIC TV Network. That's what I'm talking about. Holla.
Hello, everybody. We're back here once again on the PIC TV Network special presentation. You are our special audience today, getting the information that's going to inspire you, motivate you, encourage you. My name is David Evans, President of PIC TV Network. I'm here today with my special guest, Lynette Wyman Jr. And this information today has been so life-changing, Lanier. And as we close out this broadcast, I want to ask you one more big question. And you did a fantastic job today. You are our next financial expert, man. We need to have you in the White House, man. We need to have you, on Capitol Hill. We need to have you in the position where, you can represent the voiceless, man. And those who don't know, education is a process of learning. And I want to thank you today for teaching us about Mmtlp, FARA. It's about the short squeeze, about naked selling. A lot of people never heard of this before. And today, what is stock lending? We hear about the New York Stock Exchange, about what's happening. But when I was growing up, I played basketball in the 80s, man. In the 70s, I was in Lincoln Junior High School, Cadoza High School, a little bit in college. And I looked at the sports section. I looked at, who passed away, the obituary, and I looked at the employment section, but I never really talked about the stocks. People with world-class education, graduates from Harvard University, people who were privileged to have world-class educations know this information. So why don't you tell us about what is stock lending?
Okay, so I'm glad you asked that question. So stock lending is the practice in which you can loan out your shares. These could be shares of anything. But in this particular situation, this is shares of MMTLP. And what essentially happens is that you loan out your shares, your broker, i.e., let's say E-Trade or TD Ameritrade, Fidelity, Robinhood, your broker pays you a small fee to loan out your shares. And that screenshot, what you saw was actually MMTLP being shorted, really. There was shares that were available to short because shares were being loaned out. So again, when you loan out your shares, you are giving short sellers the ability to take those shares, short it, and then get the price to come down. And so, again, it's being able to loan out a security that you own, and in return, your brokerage pays you a small fee. This could be whichever percentage they'd like. It could be 6%, 5%, 12%, 100%. But yeah, that's essentially what that is. And personally, I don't do it. I think it can be beneficial to some people, but I strongly believe it's nefarious. And again, it's something that we need to take a strong look at and say, what is this financial system that we are participating in? Are markets actually fair? Because I've heard stories of people loaning out their shares, and their shares going to zero, and then boom, suddenly they don't have the shares at all. So essentially, what they have done is they have loaned out their shares for a small fee, but never got them back. So the true value of those shares is never fully realized. So again, it brings us back to the question: are financial markets fair? And I strongly believe more attention needs to be brought to not only stock lending, but naked shorting, margin, fraudulent activity with at the highest level, FINRA, the SEC, the DTCC, and so it brings us back. Are our markets really fair? And today I want to share with everyone this website that I found very beneficial, very helpful. It's something that I believe will get many people to understand, or rather, many people to take action on this situation that we are currently in right now. The website is this: fairmarketsnow.org. If everyone watching this can please visit that website. If you know what's going on, if you have seen what has happened, please visit fairmarketsnow.org. You are able to, in one simple sweep, contact your representative in your state in your country, you can write a letter and essentially beseech, those in power to expose this corruption. This isn't the first time we've seen this issue. We've seen the same type of corruption and same type of manipulation in 2008 during the housing crisis. We saw it with Bernie Madoff. We're seeing it day in, day out. Market fraud needs to be stopped. And again, that is fairmarketsnow.org. Take action. It is essential to preserve the economy in which we live in.
5 stars, man. Amazing information. Man, you need to be a teacher, man. You need to be a teacher, Doc. I got to tell your pops and your mom, man, about the level of education.
I'm still learning myself, man. I mean, I'm just a regular guy myself. I'm still learning, the game just like anybody else is. I'm just, a regular old guy. I have a job, 29 years old. I'm still learning everything myself. So I mean, I would love to have a teacher of my own, teach me some more things, because there's probably a whole lot going on that I personally don't know about.
No, but when you're talking about, finances in Wall Street and stocks like this, man, everybody can't read this level of information, but when we have you who can tell us about this information, and this is why we created the PIC TV network. Our network is the network that is about education. Education is the process of learning. I learned that, and when I first heard that, I never stopped. And I also taught in high school and college, university level, sociology, and communications is my major. And then when I'm hearing about education information, we're in the information age, we're in the technology age, but then the misinformation. And I'm so happy that you are a young man on television, working. I know your dad. We've been friends for over 25 years, your family, a man of faith, a man of God. And then for you to come on here and educate folks about finances, and when we're talking up to you, you can break this down. Some people never ever saw this before in their life. And then you can tell us about FINRA and give us information, not just to hear the name, but to know about it. And then we break it down and you walk through, step by step, what is Mmtlp? Some people even never heard of that. What is naked shorting? You broke it down. What is a short squeeze? You broke that down. You gave us information on why was Mmtlp halted. What is stock lending? 5 stars, man. That's a masterclass.
Thank you. I do appreciate, you letting me come on your platform to talk about this, because this is something that needs a lot more exposure. This is something that I think the PIC TV network faithful should learn about. I believe that this is something that everyone should know about, because, it raises the question: do we live in a society with a free market? Does the U.S. stock market have the integrity it claims to have? Is Wall Street properly and thoroughly policed? That's just a question that really needs an answer. It's a question that doesn't have an answer. At least not from a factual standpoint. This whole Mmtlp situation is just blown to a whole new level. I didn't expect to be here today on your show talking about this. This isn't something I expected to happen. I just wanted my money, and I wanted my shares, and that was it. So, to this day, I still don't have my shares. My account is at 0. So, I'm kind of just wondering, what's next.
Yeah, we're living in the world today where we have to get into information. Again, education is the process of learning, and the information today is so vital. And we're not in the business of losing money, but today we have to hear people like you who have a voice. When 9/11 hit, so many people, 401k declined. There was decline in everything. The whole world shut down, from churches to businesses to banks to clubs to music places to hospitals to everything shut down, man. And COVID just wiped everything out to an extent where only the strong survive. And for you to come back and say, wait a minute, somebody took something for themselves and didn't take it and share it with us, or somebody still has mine. I want to thank you, man. I'm so proud of you. I'm giving you 5 stars, love.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you.
Man, I'm so happy you're part of Pick TV Network. Our team, those who are watching, please watch the replay. And don't forget, we talked about people who are homeless. These people are on the street right now. They don't have a television to watch. They don't have, a laptop to watch this or a computer to watch the shows. But they have a voice too. The people that we're watching, this is Washington, D.C., folks. This is Skid Row, folks. That's Skid Row right there. There's people who have to be represented. And I want to thank Lanier Twyman Jr. for not forgetting, man. Not forgetting, folks, and stepping up, because what you did today was great. So we want everybody to watch the repeats on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. We're going to send the link out. Let's blow these numbers up. Let's take this viral, folks. And Lanier, again, if anybody wants to hear from you, want to say thank you. We have some people popping in and got some saying lost gains and other investments. Yeah. I mean, it's amazing. We got some more people who popping in. He needs to make it the use of numbers on the day it was halted, and to make the net book what it would done with the money. Yeah, we got a lot of people want to pop in and hear comments. Yeah, we're open to anybody's comments, because again, there is losses, there is gains, there is other investments. There's people out there today who's affected. My 401k was affected. I'm talking about losing a whole lot of money. And when COVID hit, it shot down just like a person on a roller coaster, And now, what's going on? Oh, where we go back? People talking about we're in a recession right now.
I'm actually glad you mentioned COVID too. For a lot of people, this was a way to, escape unemployment from COVID. A lot of people, MMTLP was there a way to escape, potential poverty. Some people were hoping to get into the markets and take advantage of the situation during COVID. And, what you saw with MMTLP was 2 essential run-ups. And so, some people, saw their portfolios, sky high, up 300, 400, 500%, and then, until that halt came around, then you saw it all go to zero. So, man, there's a lot that has happened within the recent days, and I think we have a brand new pandemic that has started, and that's the naked short selling pandemic that is going on in the financial markets.
Yeah, some people say plandemic, scamdemic, pandemic. I just know that we're living in a day that we never saw before. And there's a lot of people are hurting. We're just coming off the holidays, but a lot of people didn't have gifts for Christmas. A lot of people don't have money right now. I mean, there's people who don't have, when I say money, I don't mean their credit card don't work. They have a light bill, gas bill, telephone bill, rent, insurance, and don't have money to pay it. There's a whole lot of people right now who just don't have it and just making it on broken pieces. And I want to thank you, Lanier, for educating folks, man. There's people out here, Susie Oman and other folks out here, and there's books that we can read, but when we hear a young man, African-American young man, who's standing up and giving us great information today, man. I can't wait to tell your dad, man, and how proud I am of you, coming on Pick TV Network, sharing the gift to the world. Now, we need everybody who's watching right now, we need to support the Pick TV Network. Scan that QR code, get your phone. So easy to do. Scan that QR code and make a donation. Lanier, point your finger right up. They can see it right above you on the other side. There we go. There you go. Scan that QR code. Make a donation to the Pick TV. There you go, right to the Pick TV Network, folks. It helps us to bring on shows and programming on the Pick TV Network. You can watch us on Roku, channel 1000. You can watch us on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitch, Twitter. We're all over the place, folks. And it takes people like you helping us to get the word out. We want more of Lanier Twyman Jr. We need some more topics that he's doing. This man is on the move, y'all, and he's working with Pick TV Network. So I want to thank you, Lanier. Watch the repeats. Send a gift, folks, those who are watching right now. If you have a Roku TV, a Roku stick, go to your Roku, download the Pick TV Network so you can see it on the big screen, and tell somebody. You want to be on Pick TV Network, the number is right there, 202-505-2837. Pick TV, it's the place to be. Thank you, Lanier. We see everybody next time on the show.
Thank you, Doctor. Appreciate you.
Hey, you got to give a shout out to somebody before we leave, man. Give a shout out to somebody, to your homies, man.
Let's see. There's some people that were also in on this that know about it too. Shout out to Tony Twits. Shout out to Right Brain Trader. Shout out Bird Lady Roller Pigeons. Shout out to my guy Marduk. Shout out to all the YouTubers that have been covering this and bringing this to light. Shout out to Terry Yonkers. Appreciate you, man. And shout out to the entire MetaFam faithful. Y'all take care.
Hey everyone, my name is Wendy Elaine Wright, and I am a talent manager in Los Angeles, California. I'm the founder of Talent Managers for Actors and the founder of Hollywood Winner Circle Academy, which is the #1 acting business school in the world. And I just found out that I've been given this special award from David Evans at Pick TV, and I'm incredibly grateful. I am so honored, honestly, and thrilled. I love Pick TV. I find myself watching shows on there for hours, scrolling through all the different content, the different types of content. It's amazing. And what I really love about Pick TV is that they give all kinds of people an opportunity to express themselves, share their talents, share their shows, and they accept all kinds of content from different parts of society. And I just love Pick TV. Thank you so much, David Evans, for thinking of me for this very kind award. I am so grateful and honored to receive it. And I hope that we all continue to support Pick TV because David Evans is doing incredible work for the community and sharing wonderful content. And I want to thank you again, David. Thank you.
You gotta start putting them on for guests. No, they'll tell you. Okay, Jennifer. I got this, honey.
That's so cute.
Okay. Beautiful. Okay.
Bye, Joe. Love you.
At that point, I'm just making sure.
I got a freebie. Okay. Okay.
What happened?
This. I took.
I just got you, man. You okay?
I'll call you guys tomorrow.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Jennifer, look at the cat drag in.
Keeping your my dad.
Look at the cat drag in.
This short film is dedicated to Lamar Hamlin, who is a man of faith, and the whole world is praying for him to receive a miracle, and we believe God is going to do it.
And I just grabbed his hand a little bit harder just because, you never know when, like, the last day could be that you getting to experience something like this, so I'm cherishing it every moment. It feels so surreal, like I can't even describe it, but I cherish it every second that I can, every second of every day. We just had our prayer, our DB prayer we do every Wednesday. Outside, he was next to me, and I just grabbed his hand a little bit harder just because, you never know when, like, the last day could be that you getting... I'm cherishing it every moment I can.